T. I just filmed this whole entire video and all the files got corrupt, and I am so upset about it because it was so raw and genuine, and now I'm refilming it. But I gotta do what I gotta do, and I want to get this message out to you guys, so here we are. I am standing a little bit further from the camera because we are not gonna care about how fat we look today. I literally hit 50,000 subscribers, which is insane to think about, especially since we're already at 53,000 subscribers, and I haven't even posted a video since we hit 50,000. Thank you guys so much for that. As you guys know, I always make funny videos, and I think it's a little bit harder for you guys to see a real side of me. I am always so transparent on YouTube. Like, what you see on my channel is what you get. All my old friends and like people who know me now who hang out with me in person, they say that when they watch my channel, they literally feel like they're hanging out with me because I act exactly the same in my funny videos as I do in person. And I will always do that. I will always act like myself. But something I want to be a little bit more real with you guys about is body image. I spent my whole life being obese, and then about 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I lost like 85 pounds and I started working out and I gained all this muscle. I was in the best shape of my life. And then last year I got in a car accident. I gained about 25 pounds back, and that's where I'm at now. I am really hard on myself. I would definitely say that I have some sort of body dysmorphia, and I definitely obsess over what I eat and my weight. That's really all I have to hide from you guys. Like, you guys literally know me as a person. I am an open book. There's nothing crazy I'm hiding, like I'm not depressed or anything, and I do have body image issues. Something I want to let you guys know is that just because I don't like my body and I actually hate my body, doesn't mean I'm not a positive person. I definitely want to start talking more about body positivity on my channel. Although I'm not body positive, I'm gonna say that. I've been on the body positivity panels at Playlist and VidCon, and I was lying. Like, I would literally stand there and be like, how am I on this panel going to talk about body positivity when I literally hate my body? But how I look at it is, just because I don't like my body doesn't mean I hate myself. Like, I love myself, I love my personality, I love certain things about me. Like, my ass is huge. Like, Zach can touch my ass all he wants, but don't venture anywhere else for my ass, because, listen, your ass is supposed to be fat, so like, I'm doing okay with that, but everything else, not so much. Oh my god, I keep making jokes because I get so uncomfortable to talk about serious stuff. The title of this video is true. I was fired for being fat. It's from a huge shoe store that you all know. I love this shoe store and this company. Most of my shoes are from them. It just so happens that there was a terrible regional manager that came to visit my store and didn't like the way I looked. And we'll get into that. Give this video a thumbs up if you want me to talk about body image and my kind of like weight journey, if that makes sense, on this channel. Because my weight journey is kind of interesting. It does tie into a lot of like how I feel about the gay community and like why I kind of don't, and why I don't talk too much about being like in the gay community and stuff like that. A big part of me would make a lot more sense to you guys if I did that. So let me know if you want me to do that, and I'm sure it'll help a lot of you, because a huge reason why I do YouTube is I want you guys to feel like you have someone to relate to. Yes, I'm not going to tell you how to be body positive because I'm not sure myself, but I can let you know that there is someone here feeling the same thing you are, and that's me. So we can go through this together, and you still can be a positive person even if you don't like your body. And it's okay to want to change your body for the better, and that's where I'm at right now. But anyway, this is about a story time, the time I was fired for being fat. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get right into that video. I feel like you guys know me so much better now. I want to say about 4 years ago, one of my really good friends worked at this big shoe store in the mall, and they needed some extra help. I guess they lost a few employees that month or whatever, but they needed extra help, and she asked me if I would just go work there and help them out. I already have a job, like I don't need this, but I'm gonna help my friend out, and it's extra money, and it'll be fun because I love people, I love talking to people, so I might as well just go and take this job, and it'll be easy. Like, it'll be fun because I don't need it. I was working at the shoe store. I was a sales associate on the floor. It is a nicer shoe store. Like, it's not like Skechers. It's like a nicer, where they sell like nicer shoes. I was 85, I was gonna say I was 85 pounds heavier than this, but like I lost 85 pounds and then I gained like 20 to 25 back, and that's where I'm at now. So I was like, I don't know, you do the math, but I was that much heavier than I am here. So I was really heavy. But at that point, I started kind of wanting to lose weight and like wanting to better myself and stuff. So I started like dressing a lot better, doing my hair, just like trying to like fix up my appearance a little. I was dressing really nice, especially because it was a nicer shoe store. We kind of had to dress a little nicer. I remember one day the regional manager was gonna come visit, and they told me like, you're working when he's gonna come visit, you know, just make sure you're on your best behavior and like you look like how you normally look and you'll be fine. I was the only sales associate working that day because it was a slow day and it was during the week. You don't need that many people on a Tuesday. Okay? I literally remember getting dressed that morning, like that's how much this stuck with me. I remember I wore my white sweater from Guess, and then I wore dark gray jeans from Express. Guess and Express are more expensive brands. Like, obviously they're not like Balenciaga. They're more expensive for like the average person. Like, it's not like H&M, and all of that will make sense when you hear how this all went down. I was wearing my white Guess sweater and dark gray express pants. I was working and I remember seeing the regional manager walk through the doors. He came up to me. Keep in mind, I was the only employee in the store. And when he came up to me, he already had a look of disgust on his face. He literally walked right up to me and he went, "Are you the sales associate on the floor today?" Like with this look of disgust in his face. I did what like any normal person would do to a regional manager. I was like, "Yeah, I'm Andrew, nice to meet you." And I shook his hand and he was just like, okay. Disgusted, like not even happy to see me. Literally, okay, instead of like introducing himself. I knew something was up. I was thinking like maybe like we were supposed to wear uniforms that I didn't know for the past like 2 months that I worked there. I had no idea what was up, but I knew something was going on because of how disgusted he looked with me. He walked away and I started doing my stuff and I just couldn't get it off my mind like how he acted toward me, especially since I'm like the type of person who always thinks everyone hates me. So I was like, what did I do wrong? Like, did I stumble over my words and I don't realize? I don't know. He was dealing with my manager, who I loved my manager at the time. He was dealing with her like towards the front of the store, and then he walked over to me while I was doing my work like this was just eating him alive, and in such a douchebag way. He was like, "Yeah, is that how you always dress here?" And I was like, "Yeah." Keep in mind, ironically, my shoes were from this store. They were from your store, bitch, so like, relax. So I looked down and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, well maybe you want to take a little break and run over to H&M and get yourself a new wardrobe." Couldn't believe already what he was saying to me. It gets worse, but like, I couldn't believe what he was saying to me because like, the first thing that crossed my mind was, hello, I'm wearing Guess and Express. Like, that's way more expensive than H&M, dumbass. Like, at that point in my life, like, I didn't have, like, the mouth I do now, so, like, I was kind of staying more quiet. Oh my god, you know what? I just remember what I said, and I didn't even say this the first time I filmed. But I was like, oh, like, I don't really have money to go get myself a new wardrobe. And I can't remember exactly how that conversation ended, but there's more. So I started doing my stuff, and, like, he literally just was so nasty to me the whole time, and so condescending, and just demanding me to do things rather than, like, just nicely saying it. Literally hated me for the way I looked. My problem here is that if I was wearing these clothes, like these were nice clothes, they were expensive clothes. If I had my hair done and my skin was clear because all I ate was kale, I had muscles and had like a nice ass and such a nice body and was in these clothes, he probably would have hit on me, let alone literally degrade me for how I looked. I remember at one point after keep in mind guys, this was 4 years ago and I never thought I'd be filming a video about it, so like it is a little cloudy. But I know this all happened, especially since I've told this story so many times. But at one point he came over to me and I was drinking coffee from a Starbucks cup. You know how like it gets condensation on the outside, like the water, and when you pick it up, it like drips a lot? So like some of the water from the outside just dripped on me. So I had like a little bit of a darker spot. He literally said, "Just make sure you never wear that sweater here again. Like there's a grease stain on it." Shut up, you literally just saw the sweater a second ago and it didn't have that. I'm not that fat that I just dripped grease on it. It's not grease, it was water. Like it was just so degrading. I couldn't. And looking back on it, like after I got home is when it really hit me. And then like over the course of time, it really hits me. At some point in the day, he did like, I always say he called me a slob, but like now I can't like remember it because it was so long ago, and I always say he called me a slob, but the fact that I can't remember it, like I don't want to say he did. Whenever I tell the story, I say he called me a slob, so I'm pretty sure he did. But by the end of the day, he just told me to kind of like work in the back and like do stocking stuff, which I thought that because he was there, that was the only reason he was telling me to do that. He wound up leaving, I wound up going home, and when I came in for my next shift, I spoke to my manager of the store, who I really liked at the time. She let me know that I was no longer allowed to work on the floor outside, and I had to stay in the back if I wanted to continue to work there. When I questioned her on this, she said because the regional manager doesn't want people to see me representing their store when they come in. I literally couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, are you kidding me? I am such a hard worker. I care very much about how I look. Like I was very clean cut. I was just heavier. They didn't want people to see me representing the store when they came in. At the time, it didn't hurt really as much because I will say when I was fat, I was at my happiest and I really didn't care. And it's only until I started losing the weight, when I was in the best shape possible, people treated me way different than they did when I was fat. So like, that's a big message I want you guys to know is like, don't let anyone discredit you when you say that people treat you differently because you're heavier, because they do. And like, that needs to stop. Like, I really don't like, I don't like that. But people treated me way different when I was fatter. They treated me way different when I was in my best shape than they even do now. I worked a few shifts in the back, which I don't know why I wasn't more verbal about how I was feeling, but I stayed in the back, I was stocking, and within a few shifts, I think it was to cover their ass, like they didn't want to fire me on the spot. Within a few shifts, they called me up on the phone and they told me that they think it would be the best idea if I just didn't show up for my shift and looked for another job. I just couldn't imagine if like this was someone who didn't have as thick skin as I did. Like what if this was someone who, you know, had like suicidal thoughts or like we're just looking for that last reason. You know what I mean? You can't do that to people. You have to treat people like how you want to be treated. And I know that's so cliche cliche, but like, it's true. Thank God it was to me, and like, I'm so thankful that it was to me rather than someone else who was more sensitive. Like I said before, I know they fired me for being fat because if I was in shape and had muscle and had nice hair and my skin was clear, these big arms and a big ass and like looked great in the exact same clothes I was wearing, this would have never happened, and he even probably would have hit on me. He was just so nasty and degrading to me. It's something I will always remember, and I'm not gonna drag the company because I really do love the company and I love their shoes and everything, but that man is not a good person, and I hope that one day he finds the 85 pounds that I lost. Might I add that he opened up the store next to an Annie Ann's Pretzels, so how do you expect me to be skinny when you open your store next to an Annie Ann's Pretzels? Let me know. I really do want to open up the can of worms of body image on my channel. Obviously, I make funny videos. That's me. That's what I love doing. That's what I'll always do. But I think this is something that could really help you guys, and you guys always ask me about it, especially from maybe a guy's point of view. I don't see many guys talking about body image on YouTube. Again, I was obese my whole life, and then I was in really good shape, and now I'm like skinny fat. So I've seen it all. I know how people treat you on all weights on the spectrum. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe. If you want to hear my whole weight journey and like kind of why I am the way I am and the backstory, I will definitely put that all in a video and a story time for you guys, so let me know that. Leave a comment down below if you want me to start talking about body image on my channel, and if so, what topics you want me to talk about, and maybe I'll do like a body image Q&A. You can leave questions down below too if you want. Just, it's open for discussion down below. Let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video, and until next week, I will see you guys next week. Bye!